Loading kids, yeah.
Ay, loading siya, sir. Ay, wait.
Ako na lang mo share.
Ay, okay na, sir. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay. I downloaded it earlier, so it's fine. Where is it? Things to grade. Let's go desktop.
Okay.
Let me remove this. Things to grade. Bus terminal. And okay. Okay, here we go. So just tell me next page or something.
So this is my schematic design submission of my bus terminal, sir. So next page, sir. Sorry.
Okay.
So I'll just make it quick lang, sir. So for my scheme 1, sir, it focuses on traffic circulation and the landscaping, sir. So as you can see, ang similarity sa akong first and second scheme, sir, kay I focused on the safety with regards to the bus lanes. Kay priority na ko ang bus lanes mo nang my road is kanang my pathway is kanang medyo wide yan, sir. I was thinking about kanang like on how to at least mitigate, like example, sir, if ang bus kay mo stop in the middle gani, sir, at least dili siya maka-obstruct sa way kay wide ang road. So like ma-continue lagi hapon, like di siya like si tawagan na kanang di siya ma-block ya, sir. That's why like wide ang road. And then for my first scheme, sir, kay I utilized one-way system, sir. Like you don't have to do U-turn, like na entrance and exit for both the vehicular and the kanang sa bus na areas, sir. Yeah.
Okay. And so next page.
And for the next page, sir, is the difference lang sa second on the first scheme kay ang iyahang exit sa iyahang entrances, sir. So mostly the same lang gyapon ang entrance sa arrival sa bus. Then the exit is already in the 20-meter road. Then for the sa user vehicular, sir, kay ang entrance and exit is both in 20-meter road. But like the problem that I found sa akong second scheme, sir, is the exit sa vehicular road kay sa user vehicular road, sir, kay dili siya directly sa SM, so mutuyok pa sila going if they plan to go SM or then gamay ra sad siya potential future development, and like wala kay na prioritize ang landscaping for this kay the second scheme is mostly for the space maximization for the bus ganit, sir, para more bus can be occupied, less traffic.
Oh yes, and you have like 15 more buses here. Maybe we could sacrifice some of the bus parking for more building or landscaping. You only need 20.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let me open up here. My notes. Here.
Sorry, sir. Saba kayong background.
Okay, downloads.
Wait, I will put my ear.
Okay. And then so first off, it's good that they're kind of different enough. And I think there are some strengths and weaknesses in both. So I'll just try to sort of focus on the best or like the best design decisions on both schemes. So here, let me see here. So scheme 1, nindot na one-way tanan, and also nindot na one-way tanan.
Yes.
Nindot ni siya, this access for private vehicle is good.
Yes, sir.
Pero I like the parking setup sa Terminal 2 because like from the terminal you go directly to the buses. Here
Yes.
you have to cross pa. So it's a bit
Yeah.
far.
Yes, sir.
So for your kanang design development preliminary phase, nindot siya, you keep this road here, keep this,
Okay, sir.
and then we'll try to sort of make this building and put this here. Your building will probably be here. Maybe you can reduce the roads here to one-way lang because this is like a two-way road. And then
Okay.
maybe, what do you call this? How do we do this? I like the idea of the building being close to the buses. So maybe you can set it up like this. So they come in here, they park there, and maybe we'll have more parking on this way. You just move this a bit more back, like maybe here an entrance and here an exit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this will work better. Kanina layout. Ana.
Ah,
The only issue is we need like some kind of connection here.
okay,
Yeah.
sir. Oh, wait, sir. So, the one near the building is the arrival, sir, or the departure?
That is the one. I think it would be a lot better if it's kanang, let's see here. It makes sense na I think departure would be further away.
Departure will be further. Okay, sir.
Right, they're leaving SM here, they're arriving, so they might want to go to SM.
Yes, sir.
And maybe in between, so you have your bus parking here. Dako man ni siya na length. Check lang if you can fit an ani na parking setup. Check the distance here. And then if you can, maybe you can still put some, in between the road, you can put some open space here, like that.
Okay, sir.
So yung road will go, let's color the road white. The road will go like this. Ana.
Yes, okay, sir.
And then you can have a bit of like concession spaces here for the departure area. And then here, I'll just erase this a bit. I like the setup here, pero I'd really advise kanang parallel parking or sa taxis
for the taxis, sir. Okay.
Yeah. And then, what do you call this? Potential future expansion. This will be, I think, your main entrance here. Okay, building naman ni siya dire. And this can be a one. So yeah, you can keep the open space here. Again, popular suggestions in the class, Subu Mercado style here.
Yes, sir.
And this can also be eventual future development put like for a secondary building or extension of building.
Okay, sir.
And then you can siyang open space here. You don't really have access to it, so you can like build all the way there na lang. So you could like remove this and like move everything a bit to the left like that. Okay. So it's like so thin, it doesn't seem to have any kind of purpose. So I would just recommend you to build it na lang.
Okay, sir.
All building na. Okay.
Sir, a clarification lang, sir. So, if my main entrance will be on the upper left, sir, ang akong vehicular entrance, sir, will also be like sa upper side na, sir? Or, like, so ibali na lang akong entrance o exit or like same
bitaw. Pwede put. Since the people are entering here, you can have the cars travel like that instead. And I think this is better because there's less traffic in here, and then they go out here like that or there. So much better. And then you can have the parking on this side. But they go in here and they see the vehicle parking over there, and then this side could be sort of your open area, Subu Mercado style, so you can still do that. So kana. Siya. Okay na?
Sorry. Sir, I indicated an exit sa somewhere here sa akong building footprint, sir. Should I remain it there or will I move it somewhere else?
Exit here is good because you have the taxi waiting area here.
Okay,
I'll
sir.
just change the color. So this will be a good place for the exit, and the blue will be a
Okay.
good place for the entrance. And
Okay.
then again, as noted earlier, your bus sort of departure and arrival needs to have kanang covered walkway or kanang roofed area.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Para dili sa mabasa while waiting for the bus. Okay.
Mm.
Something like that.
Okay, sir.
So
Noted,
good.
sir.
So imong form will be something like this. You can play around with the form of the shelter.
Mm.
And then behind it will be your two-story building, something like this. You can play around. We can keep it blocky put, so no problem there.
Okay.
Maybe something like that. And then you have your kind of like Sugbo Mercado style here at the front. So I think it will look very good with this setup. And the
Okay,
buses
sir.
will be coming in here, and then they go out like there, and you can have like another green area here. Okay, so something like that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good, good.
Thank you.
Next we have Montalban.
Good afternoon, sir. Wait, sir.
Sige. So I lang share. Kung di makaya, I'll just share on my end.
Okay, sir. Makita ra, sir?
Yep.
Okay. So, kanang I'll start lang, sir. Kanang
Sige.
so for both of my kanang schemes kay I was prioritizing the accessibility of the kanang passengers, sir, because they're the main focus of kanang bus terminal since they are the daily kanang users of it, sir. So for my scheme 1 kay I was trying to experiment on the kanang bus na kanang layout, sir, because I observed na more on rigid gali kay siya, sir. So I was trying on experimenting on curves kay I really kanang observe, sir, na kanang the way mo curve siya, sir, kay marag mas easier ga mo maneuver ang basas kay marag niliko na siya diri, sir, na kanang diretso siya ana, sir, ba like di na ka siya grabe kay kanang turning niya. So mo sa na akong gi-highlight, sir, na for pedestrian access, sir, kay kanang from mostly kay sa SM man kasagaran, sir. So ako siyang gi-move closer here sa access road ang entrances for kanang passengers na padulong sa departure bay. Then ang one of the concepts na akong kanang gi-incorporate sa scheme 1, sir, kay ang user experience kay nag-ask ko kanang one of the kanang passengers sa North Bus Terminal, guys, sir. Then I asked them na kanang if na sila sa bus terminal unsa ilang like murag ganan experience dito na ana sila na ganan sila kanang na sila kalingawan. So like I visualize na kanang na sila kalingawan, so I kanang incorporated pocket garden gali, sir, para like they can have access there and kanang like nasa like kanang view gali or nature na kanang like kanang makarelax sa lang mind kay mostly sa akong nabawaan, sir, kay sa North Bus Terminal kay most of the users kay workers mo, sir. So like they are kanang mostly stressed gali from work, sir, na muli pa sila glayo kayo. So like kanang it help alleviate their kanang stresses lang, sir, ba mo to ang pocket garden akong gi-incorporate. Then for arrival na circulation, sir, kay kanang kanang what do you call this, kanang open lang siya na covered lang, sir, ay open ay kanang gi-roof lang, sir, ba like wala siya na kanang di na kailangan mo sa building kay like ako siyang gi-respect kay since I have a park here man, sir. So mo to akong gibuhat diri, sir, kay after nila mo arrive kay I also did ask na kanang unsay kana like ganan makita sa sa akong gi-ask, sir, ba na kanang makuan kanang after a long travel sa bus kay mostly ang gingon nila kay food gali, sir. So mo to akong gi-style diri sa concessionaire og kanang alfresco kay kanang pinasubo merkado gali, sir. And also like kanang giving respect sa park na mo create guys siya sense of public space throughout the site, sir. So like mo na siya like ang general na kanang motive sa kanang scheme 1. Then proceeding sa scheme 2 kay both gapon siya na sa access sorry, my bad. Both gapon siya sa access road dapit sir. Ang kanang entrance sa pedestrian but kanang akong gitry og kanang the circulation of the buses na dili gyud siya mo-affect na sa pedestrian na access ay circulation sir. So like mato akong gitry siya kanang separated the building form kay like more on simpler and rigid lang siya sir. So malay differences niya sir and um kanang sa based akong na-observe sir kay the much na kanang simpler ang circulation sa buses and pedestrian flow kay naka-create kog dako kay na green space here below sir. So that's why I created na lang na plaza na lang ni siya sir kay sayang ang space sa kadako niya sir ba. Mo to like mostly akong priority sa scheme to kay ang pag-utilize na lang sa space since I have like many dead spaces na ako siyang gipangimong pocket garden, green space, and plaza.
Okay. Sige, I'll share my screen in a bit. I'm just copying the images.
Okay, sir.
So on scheme 1, immediately what jumps out to me is that it's using a lot of road to accommodate the movement na what do you call this?
Sir, wala ka naka-share screen. Sir.
Ayaw ako naka-share, sorry. Na ang whole point mo sa scheme 1 is to make it easier for the vehicles to maneuver, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Bro, why is there so much road?
Ay, kuan sir kay kanang para inig backing gali niya sir kay dili siya mong bangga sa kanang naimoagi na bus there as kilid sir ba. Moto like ako siyang gikuanan.
Okay. So medyo dako siya. Can you hear? Look at this passageway is a lot smoother. So maybe you need to lay out the kanang length of the backing space required and then the really kanang identify where the buses will move or how they will move within this space. Very open siya ba?
Okay. Sir.
And in both schemes, what do you call this? At least there is a scheme 1. Let me make a new layer here. The pedestrians from SM can access it through here like this. Oh, sorry, red.
Kanang peach na arrow, sir.
Okay. Magi sa dire. Yeah, something like this. For the problem here is that there are buses and cars coming in here, so and your buses are adding to the traffic here. So I'm not super fan of this. In that way, I like this idea of scheme 2 here. If you want to keep like excuse me. And dynamic form is really just using up so much space, so I really can't I don't see the logic behind it. Like you have so much unwanted space, and then here you can already get a lot more space. So already I want scheme 2 more. Let's see, anything interesting? Here's a scheme 1. Maybe you could adopt a dynamic form here since you have a lot of like plaza space. Like maybe you could increase it.
Okay, sir.
What's that up?
Adra sir, bagalibog ko sir kanang pwede na ko siya like mabutang expansion na area sir sa katong i-highlight na red.
Yeah, I mean this would be a very good expansion area later on.
Okay.
But you already have your terminal here, so might as well cover that. And then what we mean by expansion is that in the future you could add some more parking spaces. But with this layout, maybe this could be a parking space, but it's hard to like go in there, go out, and then go out there again. And this is your only entrance and exit, so it's a bit. Pila ni siya?
Ang akong na-measure na sir kay 15 meters sir.
And then where did you get the 15 meters?
Kuan sir like actually sir kay estimate kanang gibasihan na nako siya sa pagbutang na kog basa sir ba.
Okay, so I think if it's double park like this, kanang back to back, you need more than 15. Okay, the bus itself is 15 man. So
Mm.
mo wide ni siya. So how you would lay that out is like parking, and this is 15, and then if you have another parking back here, so 15. So similar to how you design without the car park, so you need an extra 15 meters. Pwede sa magdungan og backing. So what will
Ah,
happen with this layout is yung boxes will be here. And then your building will probably be until there na.
okay, sir.
Then I think much better if the angled entrance is good, bro. They also exit out like here. Maintenance is over here. And there's this like pocket garden thing here. Namura, it's not really accessible to the public because you have to cross over here. It's a bit messy, siya, a bit messy. Ha ha ha.
Sir,
Vehicle
kanang
entrance is like this.
yes, sir. Pero I think ako pa na i-redevelop sad, sir, kaya medyo awkward siya.
Is there a reason for this setback here?
Asa dapit sir?
Sorry. Kani siya.
Dara, sir, kay actually, sir, kay ako siyang gi-setback na lang, sir, kay ang kanang ganahan ko na ang maintenance shop gali, sir, kay dool nara sa diretso access sa staff area, sir. Kay in case
So staff area here.
uh
So kung wala ning setback, malayo siya sa staff area?
sir, like kanang para like in case na issue, sir, ba na kanang like I was kanang visualizing, sir, na kanang in case na issue sa workshop, sir, na kanang murag need kanang need kanang wait, ano need a report sa kanang kuan, sir, ba like main office, sir, na I assume na kanang gi-part na siya sa staff area, sir.
So adding this makes this move closer to that. Mo na yung pasabot? Okay, pero I don't really understand. If you just make that bigger and then move all of this here, this will be road here, and yung bus parking will be here. Doesn't it make it?
Okay.
Yung pasabot nga no, okay, you just moved it there to make it closer. Good. Okay. I'm trying to break down. Like, kanina lang, which end of the building or the site plan did you start off first? Asa ka ni-start? Sa left side, sa right side, sa upper side, sa bottom side?
Sa kuan ko, sir, sa bottom side ko mostly. Ay, kanang left side, sir, left side ay. Kanang para like sa akong yun naman pag layout ni, sir, kay ang flow sa basas good, sir.
So here can you start? Okay. So walk me through your process. I'm trying to figure out. So you start here, and then immediately you know that you want the bus to turn right. Why did you start off with an angle?
Kuan, sir, katong nag-base ko sa video, sir, ba kay 90 degrees man to na angle ang pasod niya, sir. Then kung ako siya yung angle kay marag mas dali guys siya inig ka ng liko, sir, compared sa 90 degrees, 45 degrees na siya, sir.
And then what was the decision factor for this distance?
Kuha na siya, sir, sa kanang turning radius niya, sir, ba?
Ano man?
Like, kanang para inig padulong niya dito sa kilid, sir. Ay, like, pasod niya.
Siya? So, dili day pwede ingon ani?
Kuhaan man, sir, akong, like, di pa siya dool, sir. Mo saan akong gikuhanan, sir. Kasi dool ra ka sa entrance, sir, ba?
Aligi, pro. Unsay main factor kay baka pila ang turning radius?
Kuan sir, no sir, honestly.
Muna. So turning radius is about 9. So you only need about 9 meters here.
Okay, sir.
So muna siya. So you could have made it like here. So you could
Para makanan ako siya doon.
Yeah. But you don't have a lot of kaning unused space without. I think this is really what's bothering me with both schemes here. There's a lot of unused space here. Here, there's a lot of unused space here. Start off with really kanang analyzing how much movement the bus needs, and also like how big is your bus?
Kuan sir, 3.6 by 12.
12 siya. 12 by 3. Okay. So that's about right. So think about that and then try to find a way na the buses will be, this is a very good arrangement of buses, but it doesn't really kanang help the pedestrians at all. Like you need the access here. Here, wala pod kayo siya. Like even if this thing here exists, it's not super kwan without. What's the word am I looking for? I'm looking for like direct, clear, obvious. So it seems kanang murag sa planning, but it looks very kanang out of the way. And then there you put a pocket garden here, but they go through the sidewalk without. So much better you cut through the pocket garden. So think about the people walking without, like they're seeing the pocket garden, but they can't go in it. So sayang. So I think the spatial planning is very weak on both, and the only thing I can really decide on is that this layout here is better, but everything around it is kanang needs to be developed again. So wala pa kay klaro direction, and it's hard for me to give advice na even you yourself murag wala kay direction bitaw kay di pa ka familiar sa mga turning radius. So familiarize yourself with the turning radius. Familiarize yourself with kanang unsa may advisable sidewalk width.
Sorry, sir.
So I will just tell you now, advisable sidewalk width about 2 meters. Turning radius is about 8.7. Bus is 3 by 12. That's correct. And then just make sure you use all of the space. You have a 90-degree part, like 90-degree sort of turn here to make the buses turn easier, but you have 45 day. But here you have a 90 again. So why? So
okay.
you already thought na nindot ang 45, make it 45 foot here, di ba?
Okay, sir. Okay. Gotcha na ko, sir.
Kanang kuan ba? Katag kayo siya. So dili ko sure di ko ka-advise asa ka padung kay murag kuwang pa tayo. Yeah. So reevaluate both. The thing that I like lang good is really just this part. So just keep this part. Think about how to make the buses go in here better, and then how do we get the pedestrians or the passengers in this part faster? Like here they have to cross through a road. Here also not a little bit better because they go directly to a sidewalk into the building, and then they can go directly here. I guess this layout is also good. So maybe if you can get the concept of this building here with the parking setup of this parking setup here, you will arrive at a better design.
Okay, sir. I'll try that.
Okay. Sorry, I took a bit longer there. Okay, medyo kulang pa gyud ang design. Anyway, hopefully that helps. So think about that for your next submission. Okay, sorry that took longer. Next we have Escardo James.
Sir, basing sa mga works sa uban students, I think mine is very like kuwang pa jud kayo, sir.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
like
good. Let's see it now so we can like figure out where to
it's
go.
like very generalized in a sense. Like I have no I'll just that's it. We'll just
Okay, we had the research phase, so there should be something. And as long as it's not a bubble diagram, okay, Rajaja. Okay, let's.
what do you mean about bubble diagrams, sir? Like
We had one student who submitted a bubble diagram. Now, what if I get scaled?
yeah, that's mine, sir.
Yep, I'll just share it now. So you have your open area park expansion, bus terminal, departure area. This is good.
I wasn't expecting it will be very
detailed.
Detailed na kaya, sir.
Like a departure waiting.
And also, sir, I was having problems with the electricity, so I cannot do hands-on like last week.
No, okay, right. You don't need to go to the city. That's why I had the video. So
I was like, no, I have problems with my electricity.
Electricity.
Because of the rain of the.
Okay.
So I wasn't able to do hands-on, so I just somewhat rushed it. Pero I have my somewhat concept between this, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, my scheme one, sir, is more on environmental, where I placed a very big park beside the building, where it could be a park for all people, just coming from the building, or arriving from the building, or just passing by the site. They can use this public park.
Mm-hmm.
And it also can be soon it can be used as an expansion for the building. And also because of the orientation of the building, it can receive more of the wind based on its orientation. That's why it's more environmental and sustainable. So basically that's it, sir. Then basing, sir, on other students, sir, they prioritize more on the layout of the bus terminal rather than the building, which I did the opposite.
Okay, so let's see. Counter, stairs, departure area, arrival area. Is there a reason why your departure area is bigger than the arrival area?
I was thinking, sir, like arrival areas basically where people will just go down. Then most of the people who will just come down from the bus will just leave directly. So and just some will just just hang out for a bit and rest.
So mas paspas sila muna out guys sa mo sakit. Okay, mechanical staff room, stairs, toilet, admin office, stairs.
And I did that second floor for those private basically where people can users can find more help if they can if they want help from different aspects of the site or of the building.
Yes, okay. So I think on Kuan Ane, I just comment after seeing the second one. Okay, the second one is like this.
For this scheme, sir, I did accessibility where I prioritize the flow of the traffic or how the users can access through the building or through how vehicles can pass through, and basically that's it.
How did you decide the length of the building? And sorry, the width, so I'll just take a screenshot to that. Scheme 1. Oops. Save. This is And Escuardo 2. Okay. So you need to catch up with the bus terminal design. And
yes, sir. From basing from other presentations, I can have a somewhat.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. From now until the next deadline, 2 weeks lang or even less. So dagan pa catch up. Come on. Okay. So our question earlier was, how did you estimate this distance and this distance here?
Just because I prioritize the width, the area of the bus terminal, so I made it the bigger side of the bigger part of the area of the site. Then for the scheme 1, since the park, the public park can be a expansion in the later future, so I made it a bit bigger. And what's left will become the building.
Okay.
Then for the second scheme, I made the bus terminal a bit bigger because of the less public park, which is the negative side, and for for more access of the buses. So,
okay.
That is the building.
Yes. So next step, Ani, we can't really decide which one is better. Okay, we don't know how the buses are parked. Are they like 45, 90 degrees? So that's something you need to show maybe by Monday or Friday if possible. So you need to lay this out now because like it's already, yeah, big na. Ako i-check out the deadline na. Oops. Let's see. Next deadline is May 4. So that's, you have like 1 week. Okay. And like between these two, I think the best one is still Canisia. So stick with this idea here. Because like you said, wind goes in here. The shorter sides on the northern and south ends will help like prevent solar heat gain on this end. Sun rises like that, sets over here. So the open park will help cool down the building. And the early morning sun, not so much a problem during the kanang if they go into the bus terminal over here. So stick with scheme 1 and then develop further. Really like find out the turning radius, the parking spaces, the backing for the buses. And just make sure that the building stays like this because it's already good. It has access to SM. And yeah, just keep this public park here. Maybe just off the top of my head, you can go say enter man kakadiri. Let's change it to red. You want to enter here and go up like this.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. But I think I'll just remove the other entrance, sir, from the bus terminal.
Right, so there's this entrance, there's this entrance.
Is that fine, sir? Or maybe it's too much.
Ang thing here, if you have 2 entrances, so magsugat na sila at one point, so you'll need to have 2 lanes. So that will decrease the amount of space you have for parking. So up to you now which one you decide is better. For me, I think it's better na Sergio's many ang entrance because it's less busy as we discussed last week. And then it'll just go out like this. And then the way your parking will be done, maybe you could do enter here in the middle. So you have parking space like that. Parking space like that. And then you need to connect the building with the other terminal on the eastern side, like with a raised crosswalk. And then have the buses go out like this. Now remember turning radius about 8.7. And here turning radius also 8.7. And then in between that, you can have open space here, maybe some open space over here, something like that. Okay. And also remember your bus terminal needs to be covered.
Yes, sir.
Sheltered from rain and heat. Okay.
Basing on sa scheme 2, sir, but I had this road like from the top down to down, then turning left.
In a road? Oops.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like it started from the top, then goes down where people can drop off.
Okay.
Or for example, like taxis, sir, they can drop off people here, and when they go left, I'm planning to put like a taxi stand here.
A taxi stand here?
Yeah, somewhere there. Like
why can't the taxi stand be in the same place they drop off?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, because you really don't need this extra road here.
Okay, sir. That's okay.
Yeah, and then it doesn't. Yeah, taxi stands and like parking and drop off doesn't need to go the whole length of your area, so that's a lot of road. At the very most, I would just advise you to do something like this, lang, like that.
Okay, sir.
And that's a lot of pavement. That's a lot of space and land you can use for like the building, for open space. So something like this. So building niya, and then you can even extend the building over there. You can extend the bus terminal all the way over here. And much more efficient than having just whole Pacquiao ni Montebuk Road. So that's very vehicle centric. And like I said earlier this morning, that's not what we're trying to do. That's the old way of building. So, okay. Kana lang. Okay. And finally, yes?
Thank you, sir.
No problem. And finally, we have Lim Janelle, last one. Go ahead. Oh, nasi Sir Ruel. Hi, sir. May mga lecture atong mga visiting professors from Hungary at 2:30 daw.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, so this is my scheme. Both of my schemes are not using the 30-meter road, and just to defend myself lang, sir, kay it also depends on the time. Like this one, it's like 11:30 Monday. It's traffic here, but not so traffic in Kaohsiung. Tuesday, also more like freer. Wednesday, it's like more traffic jud in the 30-meter road. Also in other times, but it just really depends on the day lang, sir.
Yeah, so we're trying to hit morning rush hour and afternoon rush hour. So based on your observations, is it more busy sa Sergio Osmeña ang 30-meter road or ang Kaohsiung Street?
For me, I think it's really the 30-meter road, sir.
It's more busy. That's what I thought too, for like just looking at it. So we can go either way. So it really depends on your data. So for you, it's more busy sa 30-meter road. That's fine.
That's why in both of my schemes, I avoided using the 30-meter road and just use the 20-meter and the 12-meter. So for my first scheme, the concept is a safe way finding smart bus terminal. So I want it to be like more central flow. So everything is in one building, and it's like the travel path for the passengers is not that far. Okay, when they arrive, they can also go directly to the departure bay, and for their next trip nasad. And then I have like parks in every area just because it's like free space, and it also like makes the bus terminal not too near to the corners, which and if the bus is like coming from the 30-meter road, I think they can turn here and then go in here instead of going in here. And then so this is my bus entrance, and then it exits here, but they can also like tuyok again And yeah, this is my service garage, and I also provided staff parking and a drop-off area for like mga taxi or jeepney. And then I provided access from the SM and with the I forgot to draw the thingy, but there's supposed to be a pedestrian crossing from here and until here, and like I also wrote here covered because para dili sad sila mo basa also here. And then this is like my future expansion area, so they can so that the bus will just like tuyok here if mo expand ang building.
Okay. Sige,
Then,
scheme 2.
Yeah, scheme 2 is more on sustainable flood resistant bus terminal. So I incorporated like rain garden at the sides of the building. I also still use the 20-meter road, and they will exit to the 12-meter road. And the bad thing about this one lang, sir, I placed the service garage like near the entrance. This is the entrance, and then this is the exit. And still same, like the staff parking is at the back. There's pedestrian crossing here side. And the only weakness for me in this part, it's like sort of far for the passengers, like coming from SM, they have to walk all the way here and then here and then here.
Okay. Sige, I got it. So wait, let me just share my screen. I like the idea of the rain garden system. How does it work?
It's basically just like a garden, but there's like water seeping going down. It will just hold the water whenever it like floods.
Yeah, I hold from water.
Yeah, I think
I presented it, sir, sa among research na presentation last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sige, I'll review that.
yeah, I got
Dili
it.
magamit ang water for anything else? Like, di siya rainwater harvesting?
Murag na ay ilahang gi kuan, sir, I searched something about that. Yeah. Pero I think it was like in development pa, wala pa nila gi apply sa rain garden system. Usually like it holds the water lang jud, and then like para lang jud sa plants.
Okay.
And then it
So
has a
this one,
underground.
so level up siya sa detention pond.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It absorbs water faster than the detention pond, sir.
Yes. Okay, good.
Also, sir, I forgot to mention. For my second scheme, I also put it here at the ends, or like, the people coming from SM and Bayfront, they are like they can see the whole building and appreciate the architectural features of it. So that's why that's the only perks. But the weakness lang is they have to walk pretty far to the building, which is from the people coming from SM lang.
What do you mean they have to walk far? Okay, naramandering entrance, diba?
Yeah, I don't know. I find it far from
Compared
here.
sa kani?
Compared to Bayfront, yeah, okay, they have to go here and then here, or I'm not so sure lang, sir.
Wait, okay, I'm just let me try to figure out. So this is far, but what about this?
I'm not looking.
Oh.
You see, I didn't put it directly to the edge of the building.
Asa siya kani?
I know, like, if you look at my screen, sir, I made the arrows like people coming from SM, they have to come here and then here. And then,
oh wait, you're not presenting.
oh,
I
I'm
removed
not
it.
presenting. Oh,
So okay, and then it's an interesting point. How do you perceive it as far?
here, sir. Like, I didn't make it directly sa edge,
Mm-hmm.
so they have to come all the way here to here to here.
Ah, okay. So why not put it at the edge?
I'm not quite sure, but I think it's better. Like the view is better. That's why I want them to walk all the way here.
So, di ba, even that statement makes me think na murag, na afterthought na siya. You're thinking about the passageway and not like the fact that the building is just there without.
I
Na,
I was thinking sad sir na pwede sad here pero like murag I don't know, the view is not that nice, so I want them to travel all the way here to, to see the building.
yeah, you could support that by giving some fun covered walkway. Pero, di ba, as we mentioned last week, like the most direct path is really the best path, and like to utilize your park and retail spaces, you put a different path there. So maybe it's not the people who want to go directly to the terminal who will go to the park. It's the people who are arriving and want to eat something before going somewhere else. So the park is more for the arrivals than the people departing because they probably just came from SM, they already ate, they already shopped. So no need for them to go through the park.
Okay, I'll just make another entrance here.
Yeah. So that's the kind of thinking we're hopefully trying to teach you guys. So that's what you meant by far. Anyway, with that in mind, oops, where's my eraser tool? Yeah. Already, I like Scheme 2 more because the building is definitely more accessible in Scheme 2 than Scheme 1. Okay? In Scheme 1, just basing off these arrows, they have to go down here, like cross this, go down here, and then like that, and like that, or even there's another arrow that goes like this. So that's even further than this, or this, like that. I think it would be better if there was some kind of entrance here like this. And maybe, since I already prefer Scheme 2, you could put the service garage here na lang, and you can like allocate parking here for service garage. You can extend your bus terminal here so that your park will be all green this way. All green this way. And then your drop-off area could be a bit more, since we're already extending this building here, this could be like your central access here, like this. And then you can put your drop-off area more to the center so you get that like symmetrical look. Then you can have like passageways like this, like from the center of the drop off, and another passageway like this that connects it to the building over here. And this part here will be a raised sidewalk. This will also be a raised, not sidewalk, crosswalk. So nice. It looks like those classic Renaissance sort of plaza. So it already looks very attractive. Here's a Scheme 1. Again, the bigger issue, it fails with accessibility. So already it's not very good. But the idea is like if your people start out here, it's very convenient for them to get to the buses. But since they have to physically walk from SM to get to the bus terminal, they didn't go sa Scheme 1. So I'll just focus more to Scheme 2. Next, your rain garden system, since it like just kanang, not only just for it's nice feature that collects rainwater, it might be a good idea to show them off. So you can put them in the garden so people can see some new innovation. So it probably will add a bit more attraction to your garden food. And then like you have the rainwater garden there, and next to them are small kiosks. So people can see while they're eating, the rain garden system is working. Staff parking is also better. It's a good location over here. But maybe you could do it like in a parallel way, something like that. Para dili makuhaan mong building. Or you can just cut your building like this. So you can have like parking. If you really want, the parking will be here like that, and they go out like this way, and then you can even have like a bigger sort of future expansion part over here like this. Okay, that's pretty much it. Rain gutter systems can be maintained here, or you can also just extend your building if you need to extend your building like that. So this can just be like shrubs na lang here. And the rain garden systems will be front and center, or not really center, but on the front of your design. It'll become a key feature instead of something that's just like in the corners of your building.
The rain garden system, if it's near to the building, it's like more safer man said, sir. It absorbs the water. So if you have a building, it helps with the flood.
Okay. So maybe you can still keep them around the building like that. Okay. Or at least this way, they got the users, the people inside the bus terminal can also see the rainwater garden. Or if they sit down here in the store, they can see it like that. And then the people from Madison Hotel can see it, and the people from Bayfront can see it like this. So it's now not just a bus terminal, not just an accessible bus terminal, but also a bus terminal with a sort of attraction or a feature. And then it's already 2:58. I can to help hammer home this message of having a building that's not just a building, but also a destination. Let's look at Foster and Partners plus TK Studios sort of residential building. So apparently this was built or completed earlier this month. This is the kanang Forestias in Bangkok. So these areas here are residential, and then they added something that's, I'm really debating whether it's sustainable or not, but it's really a feature. It's just a very long canopy, and it's meant to be like an eye-catching thing. So on top of that, they have the residential spaces, but they also have these elevated walkways. They also have very lush gardens because it's in the name. It's like a forest sort of theme, residential area. There's another view of the canopy. They have water features here. Now you can actually go in and play with. So kay kamo man ang na-late, tagana mo a little bit bonus. Don't just think of your building as mura na siya building, parkingan sa bus. Try to squeeze in as many activities as you can, because that's how you maximize the space. So wala man tayo budget limit. We can dream and build a design as much as we want. So try to put in as much as you can. That's how you get the better grades. That's how you get better designs. Okay, when you work in practice, you will no longer have infinite budget. You'll be working with maybe negative budget, and you're trying to make something look good, and that will be infinitely harder. Kung lisod mo karon na why budget, samot na in professional practice. So try to really explore as many uses as you can. Okay?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Crosswalk, how does that look like?
Now what?
Crosswalk? You're talking about crosswalk.
Oh, elevated crossings?
I was having a problem with that. Is what if the buses will have a hard time parking because the crosswalk is sort of
elevated?
Yeah, if I have it elevated. So I didn't put an elevated crosswalk. I just have it flat on ground. And I have mga speed humps.
Yeah, okay. So what will happen is you really have to adjust your parking space. So let me erase that. So if we're going to have an elevated crosswalk here, let me wait, I'm not sharing my screen. Am I sharing my screen? Okay, so you have your bus parked like this, and this part will be elevated. So definitely mabangga ang bus here. So you have to move. It's either you move the bus or you move the crosswalk. So let's say the bus is there, the bus is there. So your crosswalk must be here so that it doesn't impede the parking of the bus. So kind of similar here. Your parking is there, your bus is there, your bus is there. So this might be a problem if they like try to exit here. But as long as it's not like what do you call this, in the way of the bus while it's parking, I think it should be fine. Something like that. Which is why I really want the entrance to be here, so you don't have to worry about the crossing there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if I have the speed humps lang, sir, instead of a race crossing?
And then the speed humps are not as sort of pedestrian friendly. They're more for the vehicles. You're going back to the mindset of kind of designing for vehicles na put. Kaya ang race crosswalk was really, ang main intention is really for people to be seen while they're crossing that. And it doesn't have to be like taas kind of race. Some of them are like, look at that. It's fairly flat. It's just really paint and like maybe 50 or 100 mm. Race crosswalk usually is at the same height of your sidewalk. So, muna siya. So you really have to think about how people move around. So if your customers are coming in this way, the race crosswalk will be here, no problem with the parking. But if your sort of main park is going like this and it has like a pathway here, you'll probably need a crosswalk here to maintain that access. So maminusan kag parking there, but you just move the parking up here instead. Then you can like move the parking here, like that.
Sir, what's your minimum parking for the service garage?
Actually, I even say na di na kailangan kuan minimum parking for, let's see here, bus terminal. So going back to the spaces, because there's 20 buses, maybe like less than 5 would be okay. You can also double the parking area as a maintenance area. So terminal staff, the pantry, areas for bus conductor and staff, maintenance room, lockers and toilets, resting area. See, wala mga ni dire ang kuan. That was just based on our research that the buses need like a maintenance area, but even in the problem itself, we're not requiring you to do it. Our maintenance room is more kind of for the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just again, review the bus problem, and then maybe service garage if you really want it, maybe 2 or 3 lang. So you'll have, let me call this a number 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I think you also need to have this area angled because you're angled here. Maybe something like that.
The reason why I made it 90 degrees for there's a bigger future expansion. If it's like that, kay or wala na future expansion.
Now here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You want more parking slots na 90 degrees?
I made it 90 degrees for a future expansion. If I make it like angled, kay murag wala na future expansion there in that side.
I don't understand why murag wala.
Because the 45 degrees takes up more space.
Okay. So I think, what do you call this? So with that logic, why not make this area here also 90 degrees? Because you have future building expansion here.
Well, 45 degrees is like easier, sir, and there's like still space there to fit 10. So that's why I use 45 degrees there, and then the other side, kay 90 degrees.
90 degrees. So, but I would just like to advise you to choose one or the other. Okay, when you're driving, it's very confusing that one part of the parking area is 90 and another part is 45. So just choose one. It's either they're all 45 or they're all 90. Okay, if it, just look at SM. SM City Cebu. Come on, satellite. All 90. All 90. There's no random 45. There is some parallel parking, but this is their like taxi waiting area shed thing. It's not even a shed, it's just a taxi waiting area. We go down here. Oh, it's no longer a taxi waiting area. It's all like perpendicular parking now. Okay, so it's all 45 or all 90. Don't mix and match. Okay, malibog ang driver in town.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's it. It's already 2 o'clock. I'll stop